Hello, everyone, and welcome to this live stream webinar, the first one in a series of my Web3 Basics Masterclass. It's been some time since I was live. Perhaps some of you know I was one of the first in Europe to get access to LinkedIn Live. This session is broadcasted on LinkedIn, but also on Facebook, on Twitter, on YouTube, and there is also a webinar. So I hope to reach as many of you as possible. It's the first time that I'm doing this, so I will check, and I hope that it will work, that I see all of your comments in StreamYard, because that's the app that I'm using at this moment. So today, first session, as I said, Web3 Basics Masterclass. If you have registered through the webinar software through StreamYard, you will have access to the recordings too. There will be 3 sessions. Let's have a look at the schedule. Make it a bit bigger. So the schedule for this masterclass, there are 3 sessions. The first session, of course, is today. It's about Web3 and digital identity. Yeah, for people in the US, in the PST time zone, it's a bit early, I know. But next week, it will be later. It will be for people in Belgium, in Europe, it will be 8 p.m. in the evening. In the UK, it's 7 p.m. For people in the time zone EST, in New York, for instance, it will be 2 p.m. And it will be 11 a.m. for people in the PST time zones. The same schedule will work for the Thursday after. Only people in Australia, for those it will be a bit early. So I'm happy to be here with you today. I hope that everything is working well, but it seems like. So guys, this actually is a masterclass. Normally it's about 60, 90 minutes, but I thought let's do this in three different sessions so that you can just follow the sessions when you like, and you know it's doesn't not take so much time of your day. So today is Web3 and digital identity. Next week is about NFTs and the future of digital assets. And the last session, session 3, is about exploring the metaverse. I'm all into Web3 since the last 12 months, so I'm really excited about this. But let me explain a bit how I went into Web3, because if you know me, I have a background in business analytics. I also had an investment club at a certain moment, which was not for my business, but you know, for my pleasure, if you can call it like that. And then I went into marketing. So today I am a fractional CMO for Tech Scale-Up. So I help Tech Scale-Ups with their marketing. Those Tech Scale-Ups, of course, they are using innovative technologies, or they are really in the tech sphere where a lot of new things are happening. So for me, it was logical, I would say, to have a look also at Web3. And so with my background in ICT, in finance and marketing, with those 3 things coming together, it made sense for me to look at Web3. And also because of my background, it was easier for me, of course, to learn about these new technologies. So how did that start? So let's go back to the beginning of 2022. Then I started my podcast, CMO Stories. And I decided to start this podcast even a bit earlier at the Web Summit in 2021. I was there and I had the opportunity to book the podcast booth. And I said, why not start a podcast while I'm there in Lisbon? And so I invited people to come on my podcast, and there it all started. In the beginning, you know, the podcast was around, I would say, general marketing topics, email marketing, social media marketing, how to use a book for your marketing, interesting, I would say, interesting conversations, interesting episodes. You can always find those episodes back if you want. Let me find the banner of my podcast. It's www.cmo-stories.com, or you can just, find it on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify. So there it started, the podcast, and it helped me to connect with a lot of people. But in the beginning, as I said, was not around Web3, it was general. But at that moment, a few months later, I went to San Diego. I went to social media marketing world, and I connected with Mark Schaefer, who is a well-known digital influencer. I think he's in the top 3 digital influencers worldwide. And I met him there and had the opportunity to have a lunch with him and a few others in his community because I had bought his token. I explain more about tokens in the second session, but just for now, understand that it's a digital, I would say, asset that gave me access to Mark. So I went into Mark's community and on Discord, which is also a place where a lot of Web3 people are. I went in community on Discord. So just for now, remember that. At the same moment, at the end of the event, Michael Stelzner, who is the founder of Social Media Marketing World, said that he would give an NFT to everyone that has attended the event and that claimed it. So I said, an NFT, what's that? So I claimed the NFT. And by claiming the NFT, I got a few perks. I got access. Okay, still needed to pay for the event, but I got emails and stuff around a new event that he was organizing, which is called the Crypto Business Conference. Now, in the meantime, the Crypto Business Conference was planned for October. I met Mark and Michael in March. From 2022. I was in Mark's community and I took some initiatives to organize metaverse events. So events in digital worlds. Together with a few other people in the community, we organized events around, I would say, TED Talks, mini TED Talks. Imagine people giving a presentation in a digital world with their avatars. We organized also an AI art exhibition. AI is hot these days. We also did not so long ago a panel discussion around different metaverses. So I was really starting to find my way around the metaverse. And next to that, for my podcast, I have been inviting so many people from the Web3, from the blockchain space on my podcast. So season 2 is only about that. So because of my connection with all those people in the Web3 space, it helped me connect with them, of course, but also I learned a lot from them and they were open to share all of their experiences. And just by asking them and by getting people on the show, I got connected with more and more other people. So then I went also to the Crypto Business Conference, made more connections, went to the Web Summit, made more connections, more people on the podcast. And then today, I'm ready to help Web3 companies with their marketing. And I have already launched my W3X Web3 Mastermind, which is a mastermind for entrepreneurs and marketers that want to use Web3, that want to learn Web3 and want to use Web3 for their business. That's my story up until now, I would say. But now you are here, of course, because you want to learn a bit. What is Web3, Yuri? What are you talking about? What is digital identity? Because those are key concepts that you need to know if you want to dive deeper into Web3. So Web 1 versus Web 2 versus Web 3, that's what I use, this comparison when people ask me to explain what is Web 1, what is Web 2, what is Web 3, then you can understand what is Web 3. Let me just find a video that I made on TikTok and show it to you because it explains in 1 minute what is actually Web 3. Hopefully it will work. So let me try. It's always exciting, of course.
My friend Yuri, and he has some amazing tips for you about Web3.
Yes, hello everyone. Thank you, Alicia. So I'm Yuri, and a lot of questions that I get around Web3 is exactly what is Web3. So to explain this, let me just say what is Web 1. Web 1.0 is like when the internet started. It's all about reading, consuming content. Then Web 2 came. It's in two directions, read, write. So for instance, like social media, you put content on social media and you read content on social media. But the problem is that you don't own your data. And that's where Web3 comes in. With Web3, you don't have the issue that a company like Facebook owns your data and can just delete your account whenever they want. You own your data. If you want more tips, just hit the follow button. Thank you.
Absolutely amazing.
So that was this TikTok video. I hope that it helped you a bit to understand the difference between Web 1, Web 2, and Web3. You can find it on TikTok, but also on Instagram. You will be able to find it on Facebook. I will also put it on YouTube Shorts. Let me just put on my banner for TikTok, because that's not my name. You will find me under my username Web3, which is Dutch for Web3, by the way. Okay, let's go again to the slides that I've prepared. No, that's not the right one. It's always when you go live, looking for the right one. Yeah, that's the one. I have too many tabs open. Okay, that was the video about Web3. But what is actually Web3? So let me go to the next slide. There are a few concepts you need to understand. So Web3 is actually the new version of the internet, is the decentralized internet. So comparing to Web 2, where there were centralized identities, as I said on the video, like Facebook, owns your data. They can decide what they want to do with your data. They can delete your account. You don't own your data. Web3 is not about those centralized authorities, but it's decentralized. You own your own data and you decide what to share. So the users are empowered, not the corporations. So Web3 is for me also an umbrella term. It includes like blockchain, cryptocurrencies, but not only that. People often think about crypto, but it's way more than crypto. It's about NFTs, which are non-fungible tokens, which will be explained in the second session, and the metaverse also, which will be explained in the third session. So there are also other concepts, but those are the concepts that I think are really interesting for marketing. Blockchain, why is blockchain important? Because it makes everything secure and transparent. So everyone, it's not hidden. Everyone can see what's happening on the blockchain. Once it's on the blockchain, it's there. You cannot delete it. So it's open, it's transparent. And you are secure, I would say. And the ultimate goal of Web3 is to have a more open and equitable internet. I am also having a look at the comments at this moment because we're live on different platforms. So now, what is blockchain? Let me take some water. Blockchain is actually what the name says. It's a chain of blocks. Hi, Gennaro. I'm happy that you could join us from Austin, Texas. Yeah, I'm also looking at the chat, guys. So the blockchain, blocks linked in a chain. So actually, it's a digital ledger for secure transactions, as I already mentioned. There is no need for a middleman. That's why it's not centralized, it's decentralized, and transactions cannot be changed. Once they're on the blockchain, they are there. Blockchain also allows for faster, cheaper transactions and more transparency. And I think it could replace better traditional systems. if you follow a bit of the news, you see that a lot of things are going on at the moment behind the scenes with the financial system and so on. But blockchain is really, won't go away. Blockchain is really a technology that has a lot of benefits, and we will come back to that later in this session, but also in the next session. Now, one of the first things you need to have or get if you want to be active in Web3 is a digital wallet. A digital wallet is like, a normal wallet, a physical wallet with your money, but then digital with cryptocurrency in it, because crypto is the way that you can pay, but also with, for instance, NFTs in their non-fungible tokens, digital assets. Just for now, understand that a digital wallet is something digital that can also be an identity. I will explain further, but for now, just understand that a digital wallet, that's a series of complex numbers. You have a public key, what they call that. It's like your bank account number. It's different like numbers that you have, which represent your bank account. Everyone, if they have your bank account, they know how to send you money, but they cannot do anything else with it. Now, that's the public key. Private key is more like a password that you need, to get access to your bank account, to get access to your transactions, to get access to something, you need a password. And that's actually a private key to confirm transactions that you will do with your wallet on the blockchain. And then you have the seed phrase. Yeah, that's actually more like, I call it a backup solution. If you lose your password, the seed phrase can help you recover everything. It can help you recover, recreate your wallet again on another device. And a seed phrase you can never share with anyone else. The same as your private key, never share this. Your public key, of course, that's something if you want, to get paid in your wallet, then you need to share your public key. There are 3 types of wallets: hot wallets, warm wallets, and cold wallets. And again, I have a TikTok Reels video if you want about that. It's really short, but it explains in a fast rhythm, fast tempo, what is the difference between a hot, a warm, and a cold wallet. I hope it will work.
My friend Yuri, and he has some amazing...
That was the wrong one.
This video on digital crypto wallets. If you're new to the world of cryptocurrency, you may have heard the term wallet being thrown around quite a bit. But what exactly is a crypto wallet? First things first. A digital crypto wallet is essentially a subprogram that stores your private keys and public addresses. In simple terms, it's like a bank account for your cryptocurrencies. It allows you to send and receive digital currencies securely while keeping your assets safe from hackers or theft. Hot wallets. Now let's talk about hot wallets. These are online wallets that are connected to the internet at all times. They are easy to understand, they are easy to use and convenient for everyday transactions, but they come with a higher risk of getting hacked due to their online nature. Well-known exchange is Binance. Let's have a look. This is a hot storage option that offers an easy way to purchase crypto with fiat or higher interest options and trading. Next up, we have warm wallets. These are also known as semi-cold storage solutions because they keep some part of your private keys offline while still being connected to the internet most of the time. Exodus is such a recommended internet wallet option that allows you to keep your crypto offline while still being able to access it easily when needed. And finally, we have cold wallets, which provide the highest level of security by keeping your private keys completely offline. This means they cannot be accessed via the internet at all times, making them less susceptible to hacks or cyber attacks. Ledger and Aliball are some of the hardware device options available in the market for cold storage purposes. And this is the Aliball that I have. Conclusion, it's important to understand the differences between hot wallets, warm wallets, and cold wallets before choosing which one suits you needs best. Based
on factors such as convenience versus security requirements. And of course, you can also make combinations of different type of wallets. And that's actually what I am doing. Okay, this is, by the way, my cold wallet. I hope that the connection was good. It was a TikTok video, of course. I wanted to get it up to speed, that it didn't take so much time, but still give you a lot of information. Yeah, it was a bit fun. But anyway, cold wallets, hot wallets, and warm wallets are there. So if you want to get into Web3, it's important to understand the differences. Let's now talk about MetaMask. Let me again go to the slideshow. Here we are. So MetaMask, what is that? That's a digital wallet. It's a browser extension, actually, but you can add it on Chrome or on Brave. I am using the Brave browser, which is a more secure version, Web3 version of Chrome, which is based on Chrome. NFT, you can have NFTs in your wallet. An NFT is a non-fungible token. It's a unique digital asset. So it's not like, a euro or a dollar or a Bitcoin. Those assets are interchangeable. If I give you a Bitcoin, you give another Bitcoin back, it's the same. With an NFT, it's different. It's really something unique. An NFT can also represent a digital identity. And MetaMask, why is MetaMask important? It can use this NFT to verify identity. I will show you in a few seconds how I use my MetaMask account to log in everywhere on different websites. So I don't need a password for Facebook, a password for Gmail, a password for LinkedIn. I have so many passwords now these days. With MetaMask, every website that accepts a MetaMask, you only need one login, and it's the MetaMask wallet that makes sure that you can log in with your unique identity, with your wallet address. And it's all in the browser. So perhaps I can show you what I mean. Let me again share, and I hope that it will work. Yeah, there we go. So metamask.io, that's the website where you need to go to find out about MetaMask and to install it. Here I am on the website because I'm using Brave. I can install it for Brave. Now, why is it now useful? As I said, now, for instance, let me go to Uncut, which is a website where I sell my NFTs and have some NFTs. You see, I can log in with my MetaMask account, with another wallet, which is Wallet Connect, with my Coinbase wallet, but also with email. So they are still open for people to log in with an email address. But if I click on my MetaMask account, I can log in with my MetaMask, and I'm doing it at this moment. You see, signing the message, and you don't see it on the screen, but I'm signing it at this moment. And you see like that, I am in my account and I can browse my wallets and so on. I can also use it to log in to my Unstoppable login. What is Unstoppable, Yuri will say? Well, let's go again to the slides. Unstoppable is one of the two, I would say, bigger solutions for defining your digital identity linked to a Web3 domain name. Now, why is a Web3 domain name important? And what's the difference with a Web2 domain name? Now, Web2, think of, for instance, my website is web3.net, or my podcast website is www.cmo-stories.com. So those are domain names. You hire these domain names, you pay a rent, I would say, every year to use those domain names. And you can, those domain names actually translate a website address with like web3.net, for instance, in an IP address, which is, the DNS, the domain name system that we are using today. The problem is that it has a centralized nature. So there is an hierarchy with servers involved and a number of organizations worldwide. It also has security vulnerabilities. Traditional DNS has some, yes, there are lots of cyber attacks at this moment. It's a lot in the news, as such, and also other stuff like DNS spoofing, hijacking, and so on and so on. There is also a lack of privacy, and also those, authorities can really, stop or your account, or if you can really have problems because you don't really own it. Now, the Web3 domain name, it's a bit different. A domain name in Web3 translates, let me give an example. For instance, my Web3 domain name is yuri.nft. This translates into my wallet address. Another domain name that I have is cmostories.eth, and this translates in, I can also call it a bank account if you want, but it's a wallet address. With this wallet address, I can have access to websites, I can have crypto money on it, I can, prove who I am to get access to events and so on, because it is on the blockchain. But, the advantage of this Web3 domain name is that it makes it easy to give that to people. If I would give to people my 0xb4049d88, I would never, remember that. And those other people, they could think that they make a mistake. Is this really Yuri? What is this number? So if I give them the cmostories.eth, address, which is my podcast address, by the way, they can connect me or send me stuff over there. And if I log in with this address, they know it's really me. Same thing for yuri.nft. Now, what is the difference between those two big names, the ENS domains and unstoppable domains? ENS domains, they always end on .eth, and you pay per year. You can buy it for like 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, but you should remember to pay for it because you don't really own it for life. Unstoppable domains, you pay it once. It's way more expensive, but you have it for life. I have yuri.nft for life. Of course, I can sell it, but if I don't sell it, it stays my property. Also, what unstoppable domains have, they have also other benefits or features linked to that. You can have a website built on the NFT, the .nft domain name, in my case, yuri.nft, or you can use an email address linked to that. If you want to use Unstoppable, let me, before I forget, give you my link. If you use yuri.link/unstoppable, if you buy domain name, you have like a promotion, you have a discount, and I also get a discount on my future domain names that I will buy at Unstoppable. I will show you the website so that we are sure that you are on the right website, because there exists quite some spams these days. I see that Al needs to leave. No worries, Al. I'm happy that you joined us today. Watch the recording, and I hope to see you back for the next sessions. So let me show you now those websites. I will go sharing again. So this, what I said, was the Unstoppable website. Also here, I can log in with an email address for people that are new to Web3, or I can use my Unstoppable login, which will work through my digital wallet. Once I log in, I see all my domain names, for instance, my yuri.nft domain name, and I can have linked my avatar to that, which we will come back to when we talk about metaverses, but you can link an avatar to your digital identity. You can add an email address to your digital identity with Unstoppable, and also you can have a website, which is like, this is the hash, but you can have a website. If I copy the link and I put this link here, then it will go there, but you have a beautiful name instead of that you can use, like the digital identity based on Yuri.nft. Now, the other one is the Ethereum name server, ENS domains. The website is ens.domains, and now let me just take Unstoppable away from the screen. And there you can register a domain name that ends on ETH. When you go to this website, it will ask you to go to the app. When you go to the app, in my case, you see I am connected already with my wallet. You see it in the upper left corner. I am connected with cmostories.eth, which is an ENS domain name. And I can look for other addresses and buy them and get them and use them and link them to my, I would say, my wallet address so that I can use this as a digital identity. Okay, let me go back to this. So the digital identity, it's really important. If after this session you do one thing, if you're serious about Web3 and if you want to be among the first, because it is the same thing now as with the Web2 domain names. If you are first, it's better. Like, the people that were there when the domain names, you could buy the domain names, all these popular domain names ending on .com, .be, .nl, .fr, and so on and so on. If you were there at the beginning, you had an advantage, first mover advantage. You will have the same thing here if you take action, because most people are not aware about digital identity and their Web3 domain names. I would not have been able to buy Yuri.nft in a few years. Now I have it and I'm happy to have it. Of course, if you have questions, don't hesitate to come next time again in the session and ask it, or send me a DM. I see a question from Jim. Already have my domain name .eth. Is it worth to register NFT or Polygon? Yes, Jim, I would. Also, you need to check at the investment, at the price, because sometimes it can be really expensive buying this NFT or .polygon domain name for life. So, for instance, my cmostories.eth domain name was, I think, about $10 or $20. For a few years, it was perhaps $40. But my Yuri.nft domain name was $400. Someone in my mastermind, she was checking her first name, .nft, and it was only $40. Someone else in my mastermind, her name was $6,000. So it really depends. I would check. I don't know what you want to have as a domain name, your business name or your private name, but check it and see how much it costs. And if it does not cost so much, I would take it, because it's good to have. It's an asset, can always sell it, and I don't think it will lose value. The value will be higher. So I would definitely do that, and I would advise you to have a private Web3 domain name and a business Web3 domain name, if you have a business, at least to have those both. So thank you for the question, Jim. So now, for this first session, to end with this first session, I would give you now also a few tips, a few things that you could do, except of going to look for your Web3 domain name. You could have a look at my cmostories.podcast. There have been a few episodes around digital identity with Sandy Carter, for instance. Sandy Carter is one of the directors, the authorities for Unstoppable Domains. If you look for Unstoppable Domains, it will be Sandy who is speaking everywhere. She has also the digital identity sandy.nft, by the way. That was an episode I recorded. I met Sandy in San Diego and also in Lisbon at Web Summit, but we recorded it afterwards. And also here is a list. I was mentioned on LinkedIn in a list of 10 Web3 marketing podcasts, and they put me like there on a third place. So I was happy. It's not like a ranking, but I was happy to be mentioned on these lists. So as I already said, you find the podcast here, cmostories.com. And as I said, you can have a look at which are the episodes that are interesting to you. There are also episodes about NFTs, about the metaverse. If you want to learn about that, about education, about banking, about fashion, about gaming, there are so many episodes, so you can really have a look at. I have published episode number 100 like this week, so a lot of fun to choose. And also, if you like to learn even more, you can go to my blog, which is web3.net, which is in Dutch, as I already said, Web3. So that's the TikTok. So sorry, guys. I had a surgery like 2 days ago, and I thought it would be really an easy surgery. They said that to me, but it was way more difficult. So I'm not still 100% myself, but I didn't want to, I would say, to postpone this live stream. So let me go to the website, web3.net. That's my blog. That's where you can find all show notes around the podcast episodes, and also some of them have video podcasts. So you will find those also on my blog and on YouTube. And then last thing I wanted to talk to you about, just to mention that if you're interested to learn more about Web3, about NFTs and Metaverse, I have a mastermind at this moment. The mastermind is really aimed at marketers, at entrepreneurs that want to learn about Web3 and want to use it for their business. So they want to be ahead of the game, ahead of the curve, and using it. I've just started the mastermind, so it's a really good moment. If you're interested, to send me a DM, on LinkedIn, on Twitter, on Facebook, wherever you find me, or send me an email. Then we can jump on a call and I can talk to you about this if it's something that would be beneficial for you. It's not for experienced Web3 people. It's rather for experienced entrepreneurs, experienced marketers that want to learn about Web3. So I think this was the last slide for today, and I'm actually at the timing that I wanted to. Let me check if I see the comments. I'm not sure if I see every comment because we are live on so many platforms. But I think I have covered all questions. So guys, if you want to have the replay, if you haven't registered to the StreamYard link, and if you don't have it, normally if you got an email from me, you have the StreamYard link. If you saw the LinkedIn post or the Facebook post or the Twitter post, you will have the StreamYard link. If you register to that link, that's still possible, you will have the replay. You will not miss it, and you will be invited for the next sessions for the next 2 weeks. If there are no more questions, I don't see any at the moment. Thank you so much for watching. And I hope to see you back next week. Take care. Bye.